Now we have to configure the startup class file for the orders API. Let me copy everything from the coupon API startup class file. Let me just copy the configure services method here. Let me close that to avoid confusion and open up the order API startup class file. I will paste it right here. We have the application DB context. We will just add the using statement for the SQL Server as well. We need to add the connection string. So let me do that in app settings. I'll copy the connection string and I will paste that in the order API right here. I will change this to Mango Order API as the database name. Perfect. So that looks good. We'll just add the auto mapper using statements. We don't have the mapping config for this project. So let me just add this in comment so that in future, if you plan to add that, you can just use that. Then we don't have the repositories yet. So let me comment that out. We'll do control dot for the using statement. Enable annotations. We have not added the NuGet package. So you can either remove this or you can add the NuGet package. I will just remove that since we are not using. So that is sufficient. Lastly, before authorization, we will say app.use authentication. So with that, our startup file looks good. Let me save this and let's add a migration. Before we do that, we have to set the startup project as order API. And let's add a migration. We'll call this push order tables to DB and make sure you change the default project or else you will receive an error. We will update the database to push both of these tables to the DB. Perfect, so our migrations have been applied as well. Now in the next video, let's work on creating the repository for order.